Hello guys, so today we're going to go over the hierarchical network model. Now that's a word to say. Okay, so I made a Google Drive that I'm putting all these PowerPoints in. I had this one not filled in, but it was kind of dumb of me looking down at my notes to make sure I covered everything. So I just filled it in, but I'm going to go over it before. So it kind of... I mean, I already kind of know all this crap, but we're going to go over it. So the first section we're going to go over is called the modular network, and why it could be used, what's it's used for. That's just the plan. So the modular network is to all your modules connect into your core. Basically, your data center, WAN, your internet, your distro will all connect into the LAN, and they're considered like a module block, whatever. So each one will connect into the core, and the core is that, sends traffic from point A to point B, from your applications on your data center all the way to, a user trying to access it, or from the user trying to get to the internet. They'll go up to the distro layer, to the core, out to the internet. Basically, it just makes everything... I think that's just how they want to call it from now on. The modular network is just a way of saying, hey, don't daisy chain switches and make it look stupid. So the next section we're going to go over is the core, and the core isn't always needed. It's the core. Like if you don't have, say you're doing a small little home office, not a home office, like a small little business, you could just do a collapsed core. That's just distro and core are combined and just access layer. Like if you don't have that many, like the modular network, if you don't have a data center, WAN, or we have probably not a WAN link, but you'll have an internet link. You'll need that for what's it called, to get out. You don't. It's not always needed. So for the services, you'll want fast layer 3 switching, because obviously it's doing all the work. You want to make sure it can do everything fast. You don't need to buy like a giant, chassis switch with 4 blades if you're not gonna be if you don't have nowhere near that many network connections. If you want to have a core layer and you only have, like, say you got 3 network blocks you need to connect, like say you got a wireless LAN controller, some firewalls, some, what's it called, internet links, WAN links, you could probably get away with a 48 port Nexus switch. That'd probably be enough. But here you'll be, since the core is connected to the internet, obviously it's going to need to run, an external BGP MPLS, or it could be running, it'll probably also be running a route distribution to EIGRP or OSPF, whatever you run on the internal routing protocol. That's it. Also saying you have the core and distro layer. Next, we're going to go over the distro layer. So the distro layer, my current job, we do a collapse core design, so I don't know how true this statement of only 2 switches per distro block is. That's what he said, so I wrote it down because I figure that might be Cisco's standard. But here you'll have your SVIs that will most likely be the default gateway for your access layer switches. You'll have your routing protocols, so like your internal route protocols like EIGRP or OSPF, like I said, to connect it to the core so it knows what it's doing. You'll have your first hop redundancy protocols like HSRP or GLDP, and I think there's a third one, but I don't really remember. Mostly just HSRP. But and you'll also, for security wise, you'll have, since we do security on the distro and access layer, you'll have ACLs applied to the SVIs. So say someone's trying to access like an application on the data center block that you don't want them accessing, so you would block their like that VLAN block or the VLAN SVI to just nope, pretty much. Alright, next we'll go over the access layer. Access layer is where you'll have your users connected, so you'll have your VLANs. VLAN has to be the same as the VLAN assignment, so say you got VLAN 25 for data. You'll have a distro SVI layer, with a .1 address for the gateway. You'll have that same assigned VLAN, so it'll be 25 and 25, but distro layer will be a layer 3, access layer will be layer 1. So this is where you take care of those level assignments. You'll have PoE, so say you have a phone that, usually IP phones are powered from the switch port, oh my lord, switch port, and then you'll you'll power that, and then you'll daisy chain from the switch from that phone to the laptop, and that's how the laptop will get its IP. So you'll have a dual, what's it called, a dual VLAN on that switch port, so you have data and voice. And then you'll do QoS tagging. So say you got, like I said, you got a phone, you want them to have higher priority than you say you're just downloading a YouTube video. You'll want, so that you can set trust boundaries that also tie into QoS tagging. So say you want your phone to have a higher priority than your computer, and then you also want trust boundaries saying, hey, if the computer wants to be the same priority as a phone, nah, that ain't gonna happen. So that's what the trust boundary, just basically you could trust certain devices that you will allow them to choose what QoS tag they are. And then for security wise, like I said, you do security on both layers. You'll do 802.1q and you do port security. So you want to do your security, through the ways, so you don't get totally shafted when, say, you just let some random person plug into your network and then there's boom, you got an IP. You want to be able to have them authenticate before they get to the network, so it doesn't get all messed up. But that's pretty much covers it. So I got like I said, I got a Google Drive I'm putting these in, and I'll put the link. I don't know if it's working. I'm gonna have to test, make sure it's working. I set it to everyone with the link is allowed to go to it, but I don't know, so I'll figure that out. I gotta test it. But yeah, so next I'm gonna go over, where is that? Right here. So I just did this one, the hierarchical network model. I'm going to go over this one, I might do this one today, because like I said, I'm pretty familiar with this. And then once I knock out these two, I'm going to do another video about how I want to plan out my little home lab. It'll probably have to be a collapse core design, because I got a couple cat switches, 3750s I could use as the access layer. And then I got the Nexus as my cores, but beyond that, I don't really have anything. I mean, I could. It'll probably be class core to be just easier, but I'll do that. So I probably do that Wednesday after I finish all this, just so it sinks in and make sure it doesn't just poof out of existence. That's also why I'm doing this, so I reiterate through it and make it stay. But thank you guys for watching, and look forward to the next one. Later, guys.